Hey guys, so today in this video I'm going to explain you the chapter अब कहा दूसरे के दुख से दुखी होने वाले which is written by Nida Fasli. So line by line we'll start understanding the chapter. बाइबल के सुलेमान जिन्हें कुरान में सुलेमान कहा गया है. So there was a person in Bible he was called as Suleiman and in Quran he was called as Suleiman. ईसा से 1025 वर्ष पूर्व एक बादशाह थे. So he was a king 1025 years before Christ. कहा गया है, so it was told that वह केवल मानव जाति के ही राजा नहीं थे. He was not only the king for the mankind, सारे छोटे बड़े पशु पक्षी के भी हाकिम थे. He was the ruler for all the small and big birds and animals as well. So छोटे बड़े means small and big, पशु पक्षी means birds and animals. वह इन सब की भाषा भी जानते थे. So the king, he used to understand the language of even the birds and animals. एक दफा, so once upon a time, सुलेमान अपनी लश्कर के साथ एक रास्ते से गुजर रहे थे. So सुलेमान along with his army, he was passing by a road. So गुजर रहे थे means he was passing by. रास्ते में कुछ चींटियों ने घोड़ों के तोपों की आवाज सुनी. So on the path, few ants, they had heard the sound of the hoofs of the horse. So here hoofs is basically the foot of the horse. So the ants, they had heard the sound of the horse coming. तो डर कर एक दूसरे से कहा. So they got very scared and they started speaking to each other. आप जल्दी से अपने अपने बिल्लों में चलो. So the ants told, quickly go to your respective holes. Foes आ रही है. The army is coming. सुलेमान उनकी बातें सुनकर थोड़ी दूर पर रुक गए. So Suleiman, after hearing what the ants had spoken, he stood a little far away. और चींटियों से बोले, and then he told to the ants, घबराओ नहीं, do not be scared. सुलेमान को खुदा ने सबको रखवाला बनाया है. So then the king told, God has made me as a protector of everyone. मैं किसी के लिए मुसीबत नहीं हूँ. I am not a trouble for anyone. सबके लिए मोहब्बत हूँ. I am a love for everyone. So basically, since the king could understand what the ants had spoken, that is why he told to them, do not be scared. I am a protector for everyone. I am not a trouble for anyone. चींटियों ने उसके लिए ईश्वर से दुआ की. Then the ants, they had prayed for the well-being of the king because the king was so polite. That is why the ants, they prayed for the king. और सुलेमान अपनी मंजिल की ओर बढ़ गए. Then after that Suleiman, he started going towards his destination. ऐसी एक घटना का जिक्र सिंधी भाषा के महाकवि शेख अयास ने अपनी आत्मकथा में किया है. So one such kind of incident, it was mentioned by a great poet Sheikh Ayas in his autobiography in Sindhi language. So Mahakavi means great poet and the name of the poet is Sheikh Ayas. Okay, and Sindhi Bhasha is basically the Sindhi language and ek ghatna means one such kind of incident. उन्होंने लिखा है. So he has written, एक दिन उनके पिता नहा कर लौटे. So one day the poet's father had taken bath and returned. माँ ने भोजन परोसा and after that the mother had served breakfast for him. उन्होंने जैसे ही रोटी का खोर तोड़ा. So as and when the poet's father had tore a piece of the roti, उनकी नजर अपनी बाजू पर पड़ी. So his eyesight or his vision, it fell on his arm. So as and when he was going to take the piece of the roti, his eyesight fell on his arm. वहां एक काला चोंटा रेंग रहा था. So on his arm a black color ant was crawling. So काला means black color. वह भोजन छोड़कर उठ खड़े हुए. So immediately the father, he left the breakfast and then he got up. माँ ने पूछा. Then the mother asked, क्या बात है? What is the issue? भोजन अच्छा नहीं लगा? Was the food not good? शेख अयास के पिता बोले. Then the poet's father replied, नहीं, यह बात नहीं है. No, this is not the matter. मैंने एक घर वाले को बेघर कर दिया है. So the poet's father said, I have made a person who has a home homeless. उस बेघर को कुएं पर उसके घर छोड़ने जा रहा हूँ. That is why I am going to leave that homeless person back in his home. That is his well. I am going to leave it back in the well. So basically here the poet's father, while going to take bath, by mistake the ant had come on his arm. That is why he's got up to put the ant back in its well. बाइबल और दूसरे पावन ग्रंथों में नूह नाम के एक पैगंबर का जिक्र मिलता है. So in Bible and other holy books, they have mentioned a prophet named Nuh. Okay, so here what is prophet? Prophet is basically a person who speaks in the name of God. So a person who inspires everyone in the place of God. So this prophet named Nuh is mentioned in Bible and other holy books. उनका असली नाम लश्कर था, but his real name was लश्कर. लेकिन अरब ने उनको नूह के लक़ब से याद किया है. बट इन अरब, द पीपल इन अरब, दे रिमेंबर हिम बाय द निकनेम नूह. वह इसलिए कि आप सारी उम्र रोते रहे. एंड द रीजन बिहाइंड दिस इज दैट ही केप्ट ऑन क्राइंग हिज होल लाइफ. दैट इज व्हाई दे केप्ट द निकनेम एज नूह. इसका कारण एक जख्मी कुत्ता था. सो द रीजन फॉर दिस वाज अ इंजर्ड डॉग. सो कुत्ता मीन्स डॉग. नूह के सामने से एक बार एक जख्मी कुत्ता गुजरा. So once upon a time, in front of Nuh, a very injured dog was passing by. नूह ने उसे दुत्कराते हुए कहा. So Nuh very insultingly he told to the dog, दूर हो जा गंदे कुत्ता. Go far away dirty dog. So गंदे कुत्ते means dirty dog. इस्लाम में कुत्ते को गंदा समझा जाता है. So in the Islamic religion, they consider dog to be a dirty thing. Okay. कुत्ते ने उसकी दुत्कार सुनकर जवाब दिया. So after the dog heard the insult, the dog replied, न मैं अपनी मर्जी से कुत्ता हूँ. I am not a dog by my own will or by my own liking. न तुम अपनी पसंद से इंसान हो. And you are not a human by your own liking, by your own will. बनाने वाले सबका तो वही एक है. The person who made us is one person only. So here the dog is basically telling to Nuh that I am not a dog because I want to be a dog. You are not a human because you want to be a human. We both are made by one person only. मिट्टी से मिट्टी मिले को के सभी निशान, किसमें कितना कौन है कैसे हो पहचान. So these two lines I'll explain it very clearly by reading all these lines. Okay. So लेखक इन पंक्तियों के माध्यम से कहना चाहता है. So these stanzas, through these stanzas, the poet he wants to tell us that कि उस ईश्वर ने हम सभी प्राणदारियों को एक ही मिट्टी से बनाया है. The God, he has made all the living beings through one soil only. So whether it be a dog or any animal, bird or humans, we all are made by the same soil. एक ही मिट्टी means by one soil only. यदि सभी से प्राण निकलकर वापस मिट्टी बना दिया, suppose the life is taken away from everyone and we are made back to soil, तो किसी का कोई निशान नहीं रहेगा जिससे पहचाना जा सके कि कौन सी मिट्टी किस प्राणी की है. So here the writer is saying that suppose all the life is taken away and it is made back to a soil, we cannot figure out which soil is which living being. Okay, we cannot take the soil and understand, oh this is a dog, and we cannot take the soil and understand, oh it is a human being. Okay, कौन सी मिट्टी किस प्राणी की, which soil is which living being, we cannot identify that. लेखक कहना चाहता है, सो थ्रू दिस द पोएट ही वांट्स टू टेल अस दैट व्यक्ति को अपने व्यक्तित्व पर घमंड नहीं करना चाहिए. So the human beings, they should not be proud about their personality. Okay, they should not take pride just because they are humans. That is what the writer wants to conclude by these two lines. So here vyakti means humans and vyakatva means by their personality. Ghamand, they should not take the pride. नहीं करना चाहिए. They should not take pride just because they are human beings. नूह ने जब उसकी बात सुनी और दुखी हो मृत्यु तक रोते रहे. So when Noah had listened to whatever the dog said, he got very sad and for a long time he kept on crying. महाभारत में, सो इन महाभारत, युधिष्ठिर का जो अंत तक साथ निभाता नजर आता है वह भी प्रतीकात्मक रूप में एक कुत्ता ही था. सो इन महाभारत देयर इज अ पर्सन नेम्ड युधिष्ठिर. So the person who was by the side of Yudhishthir till the very end, in a symbolic form, it was a dog only. एक कुत्ता ही था. It was a dog. अंत तक means till the very end. साथ निभाता means kept on being by the side. सब साथ छोड़ते गए. So everybody kept on leaving him. तो केवल वही उनके एकांत को शांत कर रहा था. So it was only the dog which kept on soothing the loneliness of Yudhishthir. दुनिया कैसे वजूद में आई. सो हाउ द वर्ल्ड इट केम इनटू एग्जिस्टेंस. पहले क्या थी. सो बिफोर दिस व्हाट वाज देयर. किस बिंदु से इसकी यात्रा शुरू हुई. सो फ्रॉम विच पॉइंट डिड द जर्नी स्टार्ट. So here बिंदु means point and यात्रा means journey. इन प्रश्नों के उत्तर विज्ञान अपनी तरह से देता है. सो द आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन साइंस इट गिव्स इन इट्स ओन वे. धार्मिक ग्रंथों अपनी अपनी तरह से एंड द रिलीजियस बुक इट गिव्स इन इट्स ओन वे. Okay, so the answer to the question how the world came into existence, science has its own answer and the religious books also has a different answer. संसार की रचना भले ही कैसे हुई हो, लेकिन धरती किसी एक की नहीं है. So here the writer says, no matter how the world came into existence, but this world, it is not only one person's. पक्षी, मानव, पशु, नदी, पर्वत, समुद्र आदि की इसमें बराबर की हिस्सेदारी है. So here the writer says, the birds, humans, animals, river, mountain, ocean, everybody have equal share in this world. यह और बात है, but this is another thing, कि इस हिस्सेदारी में मानव जाति ने अपने बुद्धि से बड़ी बड़ी दीवारें कड़ी कर दी है. So here the writer says that this is another matter, that the human beings with their intelligence they have built huge walls, huge doors in this world. Badi badi diware means big doors they have built. So here the writer is trying to say that the human beings with their intelligence they are trying to dominate the world. पहले पूरा संसार एक परिवार की समान था. सो बिफोर दिस होल वर्ल्ड इट वॉज इक्वल टू वन फैमिली. एक परिवार मीन्स वन फैमिली. अब टुकड़ों में बांटकर एक दूसरे से दूर हो चुका है. बट नाउ इट हैज डिवाइडेड इनटू पीसेस एंड इट हैज बिकम फार अवे फ्रॉम ईच अदर. पहले बड़े बड़े दालानों आंगनों में सब मिलजुल कर रहते थे. सो बिफोर एवरीवन यूज्ड टू स्टे टुगेदर इन बिग हॉल्स एंड कोर्टयार्ड्स. सो मिलजुल कर मीन्स टुगेदर. अब छोटे छोटे डिब्बों जैसे घरों में जीवन सिमटना लगा है. बट नाउ द लाइफ इट हैज shrunken into small small boxes. So here the writer says that before we used to stay together, like joint family and all, we used to stay in big halls and courtyards. But now it's nuclear family. Everybody are living in their own houses. बढ़ती हुई आबादियों ने समुंदर के पीछे सरकाना शुरू कर दिया है. So here the writer says that the rising population it started to push the sea backwards. So here samundar means sea, पीछे सरकाना means to push it backwards. पेड़ों को रास्तों से हटाना शुरू कर दिया है. And we have started to remove the trees from the pathway. फैलते हुए प्रदूषण ने पशुओं को बस्तियों से भगाना शुरू कर दिया है. So here the writer says that the pollution has started to drive away the birds from its original settlements. Okay, now because of the increasing pollution, the birds have to be gone away from their original settlements. बारूदों की विनाशलीलाओं ने वातावरण को सताना शुरू कर दिया है. So the destructions caused by gunpowder, it has started to torture the environment. So here vatavaran means environment. So the writer is trying to say that nowadays we are having wars and other kind of destructions, and we are using gunpowder and all, and because of that we have started to torture the environment. अब गर्मी में ज्यादा गर्मी. So nowadays in the summer it is all the more hot. It is becoming extra hot. बेवक्त की बरसातें and we have untimely rains. Rain will come whenever it wants. जलजले, earthquakes, सैलाब, flood, तूफान, storm, नित नए रोग and every day new disease. मानव और प्रकृति के इसी असंतुलन के प्रमाण है. And the writer is saying that the imbalance between the human and the nature, this is the proof of it. Okay, praman means proof, manav means human, prakriti means nature. So I'll tell you what the writer is saying is that there is some imbalance between the human and the nature. The earthquake, flood and everything is the proof for this. The proof for the imbalance is basically the earthquakes and floods and everything. नेचर की सहन शक्ति की एक सीमित होती है. सो हियर द राइटर सेज दैट देयर इज अ लिमिट टू द टॉलरेंस ऑफ द नेचर. नेचर के एक गुस्से का एक नमूना कुछ साल पहले बम्बई में देखने को मिला था. सो द एग्जाम्पल और अ सैम्पल ऑफ नेचर्स एंगर इट वॉज सीन अ फ्यू years बिफोर इन मुंबई. So if you want to see how the nature got angry, it had actually happened a few years before in Mumbai. और यही नमूना इतना डरावना था, एंड दिस सैंपल इट वाज सो स्कैरी कि मुंबई निवासी डर कर अपने अपने पूजा स्थल में अपने कुदाओं से प्रार्थना करने लगे थे. So the incident was so scary that the residents of Mumbai, they had gone to their respective places of worship and they started praying to God. अपने अपने पूजा स्थल means to their respective place of worship, like church or temple or mosque. They went and they started praying to God. कई सालों से बड़े बड़े बिल्डर समुंदर को पीछे धकेलकर उसकी जमीन को हथिया रहे थे. सो फ्रॉम मेनी years बिग बिग बिल्डर्स दे आर पुशिंग द सी बैकवर्ड्स एंड देन दे आर ग्रैबिंग द लैंड. सो समुंदर को पीछे धकेलकर मीन्स पुशिंग द सी बैकवर्ड्स. बेचारा समुंदर लगातार सिमटता जा रहा था. सो द पुअर सी इट kept on shrinking day by day. Now, to understand these lines, first you need to imagine as though the sea it is sitting very peacefully with its legs stretched. Okay, in a very peaceful manner, the sea is sitting. Now we'll start reading. पहले उसने अपनी फैली हुई टांगे सिमटी. First, the sea it had to fold its legs. So टांगे सिमटी means fold the legs. थोड़ा सिमट कर बैठ गया. So after that, the sea it had to sit down because the space it kept on reducing. First it was spreading its leg and sitting, then it had to fold its legs, then it had to sit down. फिर जगह कम पड़ी, then again the space it got very less, तो उखड़ू बैठ गया. The sea it had to kneel down. फिर कड़ा हो गया, then the sea had to stand up. जब कड़े रहने की जगह कम पड़ी तो उसे गुस्सा आ गया. When the sea did not even have any place to stand, it got very very angry. जो जितना बड़ा होता है उसे उतना ही कम गुस्सा आता है. सो हाउ मच एवर एल्डर अ पर्सन इज दैट मच लेस एंगर दे गेट. परंतु आता है तो रोकना मुश्किल हो जाता है. बट वंस दे गेट एंग्री इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू स्टॉप देम. सो रोकना मीन्स स्टॉप, मुश्किल मीन्स डिफिकल्ट. और यही हुआ, एंड दिस ओनली हैपेंड. उसने एक रात अपनी लहरों पर दौड़ते हुए 3 जहाजों को उठाकर बच्चों की गेंद की तरह 3 दिशाओं में फेंक दिया. So here the writer says that only happened. So one fine night, the sea it got very angry. There were 3 ships in the wave of the sea. It took the 3 ships and threw it in 3 different directions, as though it is a ball with which the kids play. As though it is like a ball so light, it just took the 3 ships and threw it in 3 different directions. So teen dishao means 3 directions, fake diya means threw, lehero means wave. एक वल्री के समुंदर के किनारे पर आकर गिरा. सो द फर्स्ट शिप इट केम एंड फेल इन द बैंक ऑफ द वल्री सी. दूसरा, बांद्रा के कटर रोग के सामने आंधे मुंह. सो द सेकेंड शिप इट केम एंड फेल अपसाइड डाउन इन द कटर रोड ऑफ बांद्रा. ओके, सो हियर अंधे मुंह मीन्स अपसाइड डाउन. और तीसरा, गेटवे ऑफ इंडिया पर टूट फूट कर सैलानियों को नजरा बना. And the third ship it came and fell in front of Gateway of India, and it also became a tourist attraction. So tourists came to visit the broken ship. It became a tourist spot. बावजूद कोशिश, so even after lot of effort, वे फिर से चलने फिरने के काबिल नहीं हो सके. The ship it was not capable of working again. So even after lot of efforts of fixing the ship, it was not capable of working again. मेरी माँ कहती थी. सो द राइटर्स मदर यूज टू टेल, सूरज दले आंगन के पेड़ों से पत्ते मत तोड़ो, पेड़ रोएंगे. So the writer's mother used to say that during the time of sunset, we should not pluck leaves from the courtyard because the tree will cry. So आंगन means courtyard, पत्ते means leaf. दिया बत्ती के वक्त फूलों को मत तोड़ो, फूल बदुआ देते हैं. So the writer's mother used to say that during the time of puja, we are not supposed to pluck flowers because the flower will give curse. दरिया पर जाओ तो उसे सलाम किया करो, वह खुश होता है. So the writer's mother also used to say that whenever you go to the river, you need to salute to it because the river will get very happy. So here diya bati means puja and vakt means time. कबूतरों को मत सताया करो. So the writer's mother also used to say that you should not torture the pigeons. वो हजरत मोहम्मद के अजीज हैं. The pigeons are very dear to Hazrat Muhammad. Hazrat Muhammad, he likes pigeons very much. उन्होंने उन्हें अपनी मज़ार के नीले गुंबद पर घोंसले बनाने की इजाज़त दे रखी है. So this Hazrat Muhammad, he has given the permission to the pigeons to make their nest in his tomb of blue colored dome. So basically Hazrat Muhammad is a person, he has given the pigeons the permission to make their nest in his dome. मुर्गी को परेशान नहीं किया करो. So the writer's mother also used to say that you are not supposed to trouble the chicken. वह मुल्ला जी से पहले मोहल्ले में आजान देकर सबको सवेरे जागता है. So even before मुल्ला जी, this chicken, it will wake up, it will give signal in the street and wake everyone up in the morning. So here आजान means signal, सवेरे means morning. सबकी पूजा एक सी, अलग अलग है रीत, मस्जिद जाए मौलवी, गोयल गाए गीत. So these two lines, I'll explain it very clearly through all these lines. सबकी पूजा एक सी, अर्थात चाहे हिंदू हो या मुस्लिम या फिर सिख हो या ईसाई, सभी एक ही ईश्वर का गुणगान करते हैं. So here the writer is telling us that no matter what religion a person is, so whether you're a Hindu, Muslim, Sikh or Christian, whatever religion you are, all of us, we praise only one God. So एक ही ईश्वर means one God. केवल तरीका अलग होता है. Only that the method is different. See, all the people of all the religions, they praise only one kind of God, just that the method is different for everyone. कोई मंदिर तो कोई मस्जिद, कोई गिरजा तो कोई गुरुद्वारे जाता है. So here the writer says that some people, they'll go to the temple, some will go to mosque, some will go to church and some will go to gurudwar. इसलिए कहा जाता है कि रीत अलग होता है. That is why they tell us that the method is different. Okay, the method is different. Some people are going to temple, some are going to mosque. But the thing is that all of us are praising one kind of God only. उसी प्रकार मौलवी मस्जिद में जाकर लोगों को अल्लाह की इबादत सुनाकर प्रसन्न करता है. So here the writer says that similarly Maulvi, he goes to the mosque and then he worships Allah. He speaks about Allah to everyone and everyone present there, he makes them happy. Okay, so सबको प्रसन्न करता है means he makes everyone happy by talking about Allah. Okay, वैसे ही गोयल बागों में पेड़ों में बैठकर अपने मधुर बोल से सबको प्रसन्न करती है. Similarly, the bird goyal, it sits on the tree, it goes to the garden, and with its sweet voice it makes everyone happy. So here madhur bol means sweet voice, सबको प्रसन्न करती है, it makes everyone happy. So here the writer is saying that whether it is Maulvi or whether it is a bird, both of them are making people happy, but just that both are doing it in different ways. Okay, Maulvi is going to the mosque, but this bird, it is going to the trees. Just that different ways it is doing, but at the end if you see, both are making people happy only. ग्वालियर में हमारा एक मकान था. So here the writer says that in Gwalior he used to have a house before. उस मकान के दालन में दो रोशनदान थे. So in the balcony of that house there were two ventilators. So two windows were there. उसमें कबूतर के एक जोड़े ने घोंसला बना लिया था. So in that window one pair of pigeon had made their nest over there. एक बार बिल्ली ने उछलकर दो में से एक अंडा तोड़ दिया. So once what happened is that the cat, it jumped on the ventilator and from two eggs it broke one egg. मेरी माँ ने देखा तो उसे दुख हुआ. So when the writer's mother saw this incident, she became very sad. उसने स्टूल पर चढ़कर दूसरे अंडे को बचाने की कोशिश की. That is why the writer's mother, she tried to climb on the stool and she tried to save the second egg. लेकिन इस कोशिश में दूसरा अंडा उसी के हाथ से गिरकर टूट गया. But when she was trying to do so, the egg fell off from her hand and it broke. कबूतर परेशानी से इधर उधर फड़फड़ा रहे थे. So the pigeon, looking at this, it got so troubled by seeing this incident and it was fluttering and flying here and there in anxiety. उनकी आंखों में दुख देखकर मेरी माँ की आंखों में आंसू आ गए. So here the writer says that his mother, after seeing the pigeon very sad, the mother also became very sad. She almost started to cry. Here आंसू आ गए means tears started to come in her eyes because she only committed the mistake. She broke the egg. इस गुनाह को खुदा से मुआफ कराने के लिए उसने पूरा दिन रोजा रखा. So to get this sin or this fault forgiven by God, the writer's mother, she kept fasting the whole day. दिन भर कुछ खाया पिया नहीं. The whole day she did not drink or eat anything. सिर्फ रोती रही. Only she kept on crying और बार बार नमाज पढ़ पढ़ कर खुदा से इस गलती को मुआफ करने की दुआ मांगती रही. So the writer's mother, again and again, she was reading namaz and she was praying to God to forgive this fault. Okay, she was asking God to forgive the sin that she has committed. ग्वालियर से मुंबई की दूरी ने संसार को काफी कुछ बदल दिया है. So here the writer says that the distance between Gwalior and Mumbai has changed the world so much. Okay, so if you go from Gwalior to Mumbai, you can see so much difference in the world. वसरवा में जहाँ आज मेरा घर है. So here the writer says that in Vasarva, where he has his house at present, पहले यहाँ दूर तक जंगल था. So before in this place in Vasarva, till far away there was only forest. पेड़ थे, so there were trees. परिंदे थे, there were birds. और दूसरे जानवर थे. And other animals were also there. अब यहाँ समुंदर के किनारे लंबी चौड़ी बस्ती बन गई है. But now here in the seashore, long wide settlements have been made. Okay, so here the writer is saying that now his house is there in Vasarva, but here before in Vasarva only forest was there. Birds and all type of animals. But now what is there? Only settlements, buildings and nothing else. इस बस्ती ने न जाने कितने परिंदों चरिंदों से उनका घर छीन लिया है. So here the writer says we do not know how many houses are snatched away from the birds and animals because of these settlements. So here परिंदों चरिंदों means birds and animals. इनमें से कुछ शहर छोड़कर चले गए हैं. So in this few birds and animals they left the city and went because they lost their home. That is why they left the city. जो नहीं जा सके हैं, those birds and animals which could not go, उन्होंने यहाँ वहाँ डेरा डाल लिया है. So those kind of birds and animals here and there they have made temporary homes. So whoever could not go to the city, go out of the city, here and there they have made temporary houses. इनमें से 2 कबूतरों ने मेरे फ्लैट के एक मचान में घोंसला बना लिया है. So here the writer says that in these 2 pigeons, they have made their nest in the platform of the writer's house. बच्चे अभी छोटे हैं. So the 2 pigeons, they had kids who were very small. उनके खिलाने पिलाने की जिम्मेवारी अभी बड़े कबूतर की है. That is why the responsibility of feeding the smaller pigeons, it was the responsibility of the bigger pigeons only. वे दिन में कई कई बार आते जाते हैं. So the pigeons in the daytime they keep on coming and going. और क्यों न आए जाए, उनका भी घर है. So here the writer says, after all, why can't they come? It is also their house. लेकिन उनके आने जाने से हमें परेशानी भी होती है. So here the writer says, but because they keep on coming and going, even we face a lot of trouble. वे कभी किसी चीज को गिराकर तोड़ देते हैं. So sometimes these pigeons they will put something down and they'll break it. कभी मेरी लाइब्रेरी में घुसकर कबीर या मिर्जा खालिद को सताने लगते हैं. So here the writer says that the pigeons sometimes they'll enter the library and they'll start torturing the books which are written by Kabir and Mirza Khalid. So the books that are written by Kabir and Mirza Khalid, they will take it and they'll start tearing it and torturing it. इस रोज रोज की परेशानी से तंग आकर so both the writer and his wife they were so fed up by this daily trouble. मेरी पत्नी ने उस जगह जहां उनका आशियाना था एक जाली लगा दी है. So the place where the pigeons had made their nest, over there the writer's wife placed a net. उनके बच्चों को दूसरी जगह कर दिया है. And the writer's wife she also separated the babies from the pigeon and she kept it somewhere else. उनके आने की खिड़की को भी बंद किया जाने लगा है. And the window through which the pigeons used to keep on coming and going, that window also the writer's wife had closed it. So खिड़की means window. खिड़की के बाहर अब दोनों कबूतर रात भर खामोश और उदास बैठे रहते हैं. So now outside the window both the pigeons they sit very silently and sadly. मगर अब न सुलेमान है जो उनकी जुबान को समझकर उनका दुख बांटे, But now neither do we have Suleiman, who could understand the language of the birds and who could share the pain with them. न मेरी माँ है, and neither do we have the writer's mother, जो उनके दुख में सारी रात नमाजों में काटे, who used to share the pain of the birds by reading namaz the whole day and by fasting the whole day. So now neither do we have Suleiman nor do we have the writer's mother. नदियाँ सींचे खेत को, तोता कुचरे आम, सूरज तकेदार सा सबको बांटे काम. So these two lines, I'll explain it through these lines. इन पंक्तियों के द्वारा लेखक कहना चाहता है, so through these lines the writer he wants to tell us that कि जिस तरह नदियाँ बिना किसी भेदभाव को सभी खेत को पानी देती हैं, so the river without any discrimination, it gives water to all the fields. Okay, whatever field is coming on the way, the river will give water to it. और तोता जिस तरह से किसी भी आम के बगीचे से आम खाने पहुंच जाता है. So even the parrot, without any discrimination, any tree it will go and it will take the mango and eat. It does not discriminate that no, I'll have the mango only from this tree. It does not do that. अर्थात उसे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता कि आम का बगीचा किस जाति के व्यक्ति ने लगाया है. So here the writer says that it does not matter to the parrot that that tree was planted by a person of which caste. It does not matter to the parrot at all that the plant was planted by which caste person. उसी प्रकार सूरज भी बिना किसी भेदभाव के सभी को जागकर काम करने के लिए प्रेरित करता है. Similarly, even the sun, it wakes up everyone and inspires everybody to do their work. It does not discriminate. उसी तरह हमें भी नदी और सूरज की तरह दूसरों के हित के कार्य करने चाहिए. So here the writer says that similarly we human beings, like the river and the sun, we also need to work for the well-being of others. तोते की तरह सभी को सामान समझना चाहिए. And we human beings, similar to the parrot, we should also treat everyone equally. We should not discriminate between people. तभी संसार के सभी जीवधारी प्रसन्न और सुखी रह सकते हैं. Only then all the living beings in this world, they can be happy and peaceful. So here the writer is trying to tell us that only when we work for the well-being of others and we start treating everyone equally, then only all the living beings will be happy in this world. Okay, so that was the end of the chapter. I hope you have understood it, and don't forget to tell me in the comments like if you really understood this chapter or not. That way even I'll get to know. Yeah, so thank you.